Hi, everyone. My name is Andrew. I'm the founder and owner of IBIS Prep, where we have an instructor for every subject under the sun. Today, I'm going to take the time to go through our drive for the Florida Bar and the MBE, which will be helpful for those who have just purchased the drive or for those who are viewing this video on the internet and are interested in the types of materials that we have. So I'm going to start by sharing my screen. And let's check it out. This right here from our bar prep department is our Florida MBE complete drive. And it begins with the lecture series. So the lecture series is split between Florida and the MBE, and Florida is split between essays and multiple choice. And there's a lecture, most of them done by yours truly, and some by Sam, some by Will. And there's a lecture for every subject. And we'll be continuing to update these as the administration progresses. So videos in the lecture series are just like this, one speaker just going over the material. And I try to be very thorough with those lectures. We have one for all of the MBE subjects as well. So after the lecture series, you can see that we have weekly assignments. This is a guide for how you can be successful if you were to do, let's say, a 7-week program, which would just include doing certain essays and doing multiple choice questions and things of that nature. This is just a guide for what we would require if you were in our course and were looking to achieve success on the exam. So after the weekly assignments, we have the study materials for Florida. So this is very thorough. For Florida, we have study materials for every single subject. So if you want to look into a particular subject, let's say contracts, there'll be outlines for contracts. Rules and distinctions are pretty good because for the subjects, we try to break the main rules down for you. You know, rule 3, rule 5, rule 6, rule 7, things of that nature. We also have model outlines, and these model outlines are going to be essays that we've gone through, published Florida essays, and we've taken out the testable rules and put them into outline form. So for instance, you can see this July 2013 essay, we've taken out all the key pieces about contracts. And then there's a little bit about Article 9 in this essay as well. So we have the model outlines, we have the rules outlines, and then we have complete outlines, which we also add some of our student outlines to this. We try to give you all the materials that you can, but let you focus on what works for you. So these are outlines that we've made for each subject for Florida that you can see. I really think that these model outlines are good to focus on because we've done them for each subject. We also have PowerPoints from previous lectures that we've done or courses that we've done that kind of go over some important things in PowerPoint form. And then a lot of those PowerPoints are also accompanied by a video. Now, these are different videos than the lecture videos. These are videos that we've done as part of our courses in the past. So you can see there's a whole wealth of material when it comes to each subject, starting with contracts, and you can go throughout each subject and see complete outlines, model outlines, rules and distinctions. We really try our best to provide thorough materials for the Florida essay subjects. And you can see we do it for every single subject. We add in the old essays, official essays and model answers for each subject. I would definitely recommend going through these, reading these and reading the model answers, because that's what the bar publishes for students to review. So we've taken the time to just organize that for you in our drive. So yeah, you could see the Florida essay subjects, very thorough. Florida study materials are also, we do Florida essay subjects, we do Florida multiple choice subjects. So for the Florida multiple choice subjects, you can see we provide materials for every single subject. In these folders are practice questions and resources, everything you need for Florida, multiple choice and essays. And then crash course videos. These are from July. You can see the videos we did, and certainly a lot of videos for a lot of different subjects, for multiple choice and for ethics. So tons of videos, tons of outlines, tons of PowerPoints, a lot of great materials for Florida that you could find in our drive in the Florida subjects folder. But I also want to show you, give me a second to scroll back. I also want to show you this Florida questionnaires. Florida questionnaires are proprietary. They're things that we created, which are these essay subjects. We create these questionnaires that if you could answer every one of these questions and memorize it, you should do very well on an essay subject. For instance, if we go to con law, you have to know the Constitution, but it would begin by saying, what are the first 16 amendments? You can skip these. What subject is strict scrutiny? Definitions of strict scrutiny, intermediate, rational basis, things of that nature. 25 to 30 questions for each subject. We also provide you with the answers to that in the student submissions folder, but it's best if you do it yourself, because then you really get the benefit of the process of answering the questions, committing them to memory, and then being successful on the exam. So you can see in the complete drive, we have all the Florida study materials. We have the Florida questionnaires. Then again, we have the MBE study materials, MBE subjects, general practice materials, and the February 22 crash course. So tons of things for the MBE subjects. We really pride ourselves on our outlines. You can go in and look. Also, key point here, these cram guides I've made, cram guides for each subject, where I've gone through and the really difficult testable points in the MBE I've outlined for each subject in bullet point form. Parties who seek to defend gender-based government action must demonstrate an exceedingly persuasive justification. Social and economic regulation is generally subject to the rational basis review and is therefore afford a presumption of validity. Like, just tons of memorizable points that I've taken from actual MBE questions and synthesized the answers into memorizable points of law. So these cram guides are super good, super helpful. And then on top of the cram guides, we have complete outlines, PowerPoints, videos. Same thing we did for Florida, we have for every subject for the MBE. Very, very thorough. And then we have previous crash courses. So if you can see, this is from July 2022. This is a course I did for St. Thomas. And we're always adding and replenishing and making our drive better. So if it changes a little bit, don't be alarmed. It's only improved. Now we have a mnemonics folder, which is just like acronyms for different states. For different essay points. Like, this is a good sheet that we have. I believe in self, IVIS. Like, just some crazy acronyms that students have actually probably submitted to me that are different ways of memorizing. We really believe that everyone learns differently, and the purpose of our drive is to provide an entire set of materials where someone who wants to watch videos, we have tons of videos. Someone who loves outlines, we have tons of outlines. PowerPoints, tons of PowerPoints. Questions, if you're looking for actual question, like multiple choice questions, let's say, then you could go to, let's say, MBE study materials. We could go to MBE, general practice materials. That's probably a better place to look for it. General practice materials. And within that general practice materials, there's a folder that says test that has previous exams. So we have all sorts of materials. Everything you could really imagine is in here. If it's not, reach out to me. But I hope that going through this video was valuable for people before you tackle anything. I'd recommend watching the complete lecture series. I would really recommend the outlines of the model answers that we provide here. I'd recommend completing the questionnaires for Florida, definitely going through the MBE study materials, and going through those MBE cram guides. Those are some of the key points. But remember, this exam is very, very difficult. You want to know everything there is. So on top of this, I'd recommend reading the Florida Rules of Civil Procedure. I'd recommend just absorbing everything and being prepared for whatever it is they could possibly test. So thank you all so much. My name is Andrew with IBIS Prep. Don't be a stranger. Reach out to me anytime. And I will hopefully be hearing from you all soon and hearing about some of your successful results from the exam. Thank you so much.